chambers in the municipal building and also by Zoom conferencing. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Are there any additions to the agenda? I have one item from Annette. This is regarding input on regulation proposals under the proposed Wildland Fire Management Act. So I'll add that.
Correspondence?
Oh, did you have anything to add for
No,
correspondence?
No, I think that can go in correspondence.
Oh, correspondence?
Like, yeah,
B?
sure.
Okay. Not C.
Not C, no.
Are there any pecuniary interests or general nature thereof? I see none. Can I get approval of the minutes, please? Thank you. All in favor? I don't see, we don't have any delegations today, and moving on to reports. Is Daryl, did you say Daryl was away?
Because Daryl Birch is away, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, and maybe this is just me, and I can go back on YouTube and check. Did we approve the agenda as well?
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Can I get confirmation of the agenda, please? Thank you.
Yes, because we added, yeah.
All in favor? Okay, Daryl Birch is away or Daryl Wagner?
Daryl Birch is away,
Yes.
Daryl Wagner's here.
Okay.
So if you'd like me to just, all I can say on Daryl's report, you have it. We need a resolution for this evening
Yeah.
for the
QMS.
QMS.
Yeah.
If there's questions or anything that you would like me to refer back to Daryl, I'm happy to do that, and then I will certainly share with all of council.
Any comments?
I didn't have anything,
It looked very clear.
Nothing jumped out at me.
it was
Okay.
a hell of a report though.
Yeah.
I'm never sure how much we're actually supposed to understand.
Oh, I know. There was a lot of reading in this week.
You
You have to read it over a few times.
Yeah, when Daryl and I are eating 3 squares of meal a day, and yeah.
All right, Jason, you want to come up and give your report?
Oh, he's sliding for Daryl Wagner.
Yes.
Welcome, Jason.
You come first, get to go first.
That's right, I agree.
Snow Drifters Thursday hours are completed as of October 30th. It seemed to be a good turnout, like every Thursday there was, between 4 and 9, say,
Okay.
which I think is, it's helping us out. Rehab of Moultrie Street,
Can we have a bet on this date?
it's
It seemed kind
actually,
of soon.
it's actually gonna be, it was a 2-week extension, so it'll be the 14th.
You mean the 21st?
No, it'll be the.
Oh, it was 2 weeks from,
Yes.
sorry,
The
okay.
30th. So it'll actually be the 14th. It'll be
Okay.
Completed. The airport and sidewalk coming down from the limits on 60.
Yeah, I was stuck in the hell that is at the lights this morning. Yeah, it's just a shame that these banners couldn't go up, but I'm glad that the other ones are up.
The fall leaf pickup will be Monday, November 10th. Garbage collection on Christmas season, none of the there'll be no curbside garbage collection on Thursday, December 25th or Thursday, January 1st due to the holidays. They will be conducted on the 24th, which is a Wednesday, and the 31st, which is a Wednesday.
Is there any way that we can get this out to the residents because it's a day earlier rather than a day later?
Other than on the website,
Okay,
Facebook.
on our
It's
Facebook,
in the newsletter as well,
Yes.
that went out for the end of the month.
but people have to, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it went out in the October newsletter.
And the leaf pickup, is that going to be problematic next Monday for the people on Bonashare Street?
No, because the guys still pick up the garbage and do the recycling. So,
Okay,
yeah, no. There was nothing to deal with traffic, that's all.
And we usually put out an ad in the paper at Christmas time for any changes as well. Yeah.
okay.
And
I'll-
on Facebook.
I'll
Yeah,
share it on my Facebook as
yeah,
well.
but it is in the latest newsletter.
Christmas season, waste sites, none of the waste sites will be impacted with the winter schedule for Christmas. Grader training, Chris Conta went and did his level 1 grader training. So
Great.
we'll give him some more experience and. There'll be an additional grader man for us. The line painting is finished in township. Winter maintenance on the connecting link.
I am very disappointed. Annette and I worked very, 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 very hard. And Yak helped us with Caroline Mulrooney when she was the minister. And, you know, when you have a minister say to you that the MCON plows were picking up the blade and driving through town, and she literally went, that doesn't make any sense. And for this new provider to be almost double is ridiculous, in my opinion. I know that you guys have feelers out to the, so I'm not going to go on a rant about this because I know that it's a tomorrow problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, a tomorrow, literally a tomorrow problem. So I know that you'll come back to us and you are meeting with your union as well if a night shift has to be brought back. But this is very disappointing to me. And once again, we are going to get phone calls about why the provincial plow picks up its blade, drives through town and puts its blade back down. And, you know, we consider this such a win to not have to have a night shift. It's very disappointing. So I know that you and Annette will let council know
Yes.
how tomorrow goes with the service provider. I'm also not thrilled that it's a brand new service provider that's never done the province before. That's concerning,
Well, they were in certain areas last year.
but not like MCON.
Well, they had a lot of the 17 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it is a tomorrow problem, but yeah, certainly it's a personal disappointment for me. Used up some political capital on that.
That's all I had.
Okay.
I just had one question, the yurts on Gorman Road,
Yes.
The domes.
the domes,
Separate.
yes, the domes. You had no problem, with the entrance off Gorman. Excellent. Isn't there an entrance? It looks on the map like there's an entrance there anyway.
I believe there is an old entrance.
Okay, see, that's what you said, okay, but it's not a road.
No.
Okay, so it would just be a matter of the owner sort of making sure that it's opened up at the end for egress.
That's right.
Okay, awesome,
Great.
thank you for,
Jason.
Look at it.
So Daryl Wagner's here? Okay, thanks.
thanks. Yeah, I'm very disappointed. So just, I knew everybody's looking around, due to the construction, these couldn't be
Yeah.
hung.
No, it's nice to see them in here.
It, you know
Up
what?
close and personal.
I feel the same way. I'm
Yeah.
actually honored to have these banners in our council chambers.
Almost want to make copies of them for this time of year.
Aren't they beautiful?
You know, having, just sending it off to
I
Staples or
know.
something and copying them.
So I've been assured that the rest of them are up,
Oh, yes.
but unfortunately, trying to put a boom truck in this mess right now,
Impossible.
impossible
Yeah.
is correct. But they are beautiful.
Daryl, welcome.
Would it be possible, could we digitize them and place them on our website or on
Yes, yes.
Facebook page?
Yeah, we could.
Once a year we could do, they won't grow with age, they'll never get old.
No,
Could even use a projector to project them and not infrared them.
I don't think we could, but the problem is that there's so many of them now. I don't know if there's 50 or how many of them there are. There's
Yeah.
quite a few. Maybe there's 40.
no, there are more than 50
Is it
now.
more than
Yeah.
50? So the problem is our sign won't take that many. So then.
Fair enough.
So then,
Oh.
so then who are you choosing? Which 5 are you?
Oh, yeah, no,
I think we could do a nice reel for Facebook with AI,
we're not
upload them all.
choosing favorites.
Yeah, oh, in Facebook, yes, but our
Yeah.
electronic sign. yeah,
But to
we
make a
only
really
have
unique
5.
reel without a music to it and some
Yeah.
commemorative stories.
Not music. I've gotten in trouble with that. You have to use one of those, you know, the
No,
the
that goes-
free ones.
That
Yeah.
goes in line with the, obviously.
Yeah,
They're a resource that we can find a place for them to use over and over again.
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
They'll be.
I just think they're beautiful hanging in here.
Yeah. All right. Daryl. We've been waiting.
Okay, we'll jump right in. You see the fire report. What we surpassed last year.
Yeah, there's no congratulations for that.
I know. I got a lot of it's not, you know, it's minor, but some of it's not. So. And we really can't control it.
No.
Best we try.
It's nice to see another of your team completed his training though.
Yes,
That's nice.
that is a definite, we had a junior graduate and they're rolling right into the department, so.
How old do you feel that Carter, baby Carter, is now a firefighter?
I'm old,
No, I'm thinking, I remember when he was born.
yes.
I remember Kurt and Candace being at the farm for a party with all of us, and the kids were little.
Yeah,
What happened to us,
we
Daryl?
got old.
We did.
Life moves on.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it.
It's
We
kids
cannot-
will make you feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
realize their own immortality.
Yeah,
It's, when I read your report, I'm like, no, that can't be.
Yeah.
Carter is 5. Or as I call him, little Tony.
yeah. So, and actually to add to that, I did receive another resume and we have 3 waiting in the wings. So now that Carter's coming on, we're gonna bring them all on and do their first 5 at the same time.
Perfect.
So our numbers are coming up. They're kind of going up and down, but so.
Let's get them through.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good news that balances the fire number, so.
Yeah, and then we're gonna run another Fire 1, Fire 2 sometime in 26, but we're gonna do it differently. The last time we ran it, we ran 1, 2 and hazmat and then proctored. It was a little challenging for everybody. So we're
Okay.
gonna do Fire 1, proctor, Fire 2, proctor, hazmat and proctor. So,
That sounds like a very good idea.
yeah, it was just the timing of the, with the trainer that came
Yeah.
in. So we're actually gonna train, our trainers feel after seeing it delivered by, this gentleman that they can deal with it, so.
Awesome.
And on the building permits, remember I said they're still coming in, so.
But the other
Right.
thing is your dollar amount up to now, up to October is almost the same as it was for the whole year last year.
That's what I was looking at too.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable.
It really is.
There was a couple of houses came in extremely high, like
Okay.
1.2, 1.1. They're
Wow.
quite large, so what again, and a lot of it has to do with the pricing of everything too,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah.
Cause we are down, but I know I made the comment, and now I have more, so.
It's.
All right.
Daryl.
And well, yeah, that's all I have, basically, it's just information, so if you have anything you want from me,
I hope you have a slow month.
It's a mess.
it is deer season, right?
Well, I did see green lights trying to get through some of the construction on 512, which was not ideal.
No, but
Mm.
No.
yeah, and I update them all the time about, they know what's going on here, this will be done shortly, and. I think they're done paving out there now, maybe they're just doing shouldering, the first lift,
The first lift is done. The second lift is done almost to the township, to the roads garage.
okay,
And you can see because it's, the second lift is much wider, right? So the first lift has been put on past Foran's Corners. But then from basically Donegal to Silver Lake has not been touched. And so I did send an email yesterday to county saying it's getting late in the year, they've done the worst of the worst. Like that stretch between Donegal and Silver Lake is not that bad. The worst of it, of course, was around Foran's Corners down into that culvert. So once they put the second lift on there, I mean, that's gonna feel like a 4-lane highway compared to what it felt like. I don't know what I'll let you know though, because that is important
yeah,
that they know. Cause I saw 2 green lights going and then I know that they hit gravel on that before they put the first lift on.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're updated all the time, but again, especially even with the Enbridge coming in. The
Yeah.
gentleman there sends me something every Friday for the next week, so I kick it out to the firefighters.
that's
It's just-
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
BEI with their portion of Ruby Road, they got it done fast and done,
I'll say,
yeah.
Actually,
What's going around there with those boys?
Opiongo went very well as well, so, I mean, I am not going to complain about that one section of 512 not being done this year. If it may still well be done, I don't know. But with hunting season for the next 2 weeks, I don't know what their schedules are. But again, they got the worst of it done, like the dangerous parts are done. And that was the most important thing, and I think with the amount of investment that counties put into Bonashir Valley this year, I'm certainly, I think we're in a much better position than we were.
Mhm. I have to take a drive out there someday.
Yeah, no, it's 512 looks good.
Not during hunting season.
No, no,
No, exactly.
we had all of 12 at the card game at the Legion yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did.
Fish and chips night might be affected tonight.
It might be a little, yeah, it might be a little slow. Tracy's right.
We may have to go, John. Fish and chips.
Or maybe there's a lot of camps don't wanna cook, they'll go to the Legion.
Mhm.
No, there was no bacon at the grocery store the other day. They're cooking.
You see the guys in orange coming in to pick up 6 cartons of eggs.
Exactly, exactly.
That's funny.
It is funny. I remember my first hunting season here. And I'm like, where's all the bacon?
Okay, moving on to correspondence. Does anyone have any action items? I don't know, Jen, you want to talk about the county council
No.
summary or any of?
If anybody had
Roma?
questions for me, I'm just saying that county, Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus and Roma, because EOWC does EORN as well. They're our parent company. They're making my life very easy.
Lots of good stuff going on. I like how the alternative supporting for housing, alternative housing,
Yes.
homelessness.
Yes.
It was a good read. Okay. So moving on to correspondence B, are there any of these items that we want to take action on or support?
So I do need to speak to number 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then the number 12 that was added.
okay.
So I feel like a lot of these items we've done previously, or Amos talking about it. I'm certain that you all saw that speed cameras are done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the irony was not lost on me when we were in our EWR meeting. Seniors Active Living Fair, if
Yes.
anybody wants to put that in their calendar to attend. But there was nothing else except for 11 that I wanted to speak to, but that's just me.
And
I
they
s-
wanted to know if you were gonna also speak, like, do welcome on the senior active living, if you look at
Yes,
so. Yeah, so I should answer them on that, yes.
yes,
And
So-
then,
You're doing the welcome on that day?
yes.
Okay,
And I'm gonna attend the seniors fair.
yeah,
Probably not the whole day, but I'll
Oh, yeah.
go there and I'll.
same with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so I'll let them know there's a welcome and I'll talk, Sarah will probably be at our table with goods.
That was gonna be my question because they did ask about a booth.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
No,
Um,
thank you.
I was interested to see them removing HST, GST from new homes to support housing. But is that something that we would comment on?
We can, I don't think it's going to make a hill of beans. So for the last 8 years, I've been asking for that HST. I don't get
You
it.
don't see it going anywhere
No.
anytime soon?
No,
Okay, then Annette, do you want to talk about 11 and 12?
Sure, so 11, I just wanted to mention to council, so I did review the file with Jason, as you heard, he has no concerns about the entrance. And I also reviewed the file with Daryl for building and septic. And so in the proposal, they're looking at putting in the 3 domes with a communal septic. So we had the discussion about communal septics a little while ago on another property. And as you know, if a communal septic fails, then it's ours and we have to maintain it and we have to look after it and we have to test it and it becomes ours. Because it's more than one individual septic. There is enough room on that property for each one to have their own septic. according to the JP2G report and according to Daryl. So, the only comments that I'm at this point, going, unless council would like to accept the communal septic. Right now, at this point, what I would do is reply back to Nicole, the planner, because we delegated our approval of site plan to Bruce Howarth. So I would get back to the planner and say, you know, basically our only comments are: number one, the council does not support communal septics. So each dome will have to have its own septic, up to 800, I don't know if it's 800 liters or whatever the size is that Daryl wants. And also that the domes, because they're 6 feet high, would obviously have to have stairs and a railing in accordance with the Building Code Act. Those are really my only two comments to make back, unless you know, committee gives me different direction to say we would like to consider the communal septic option. So
I didn't realize you needed building approval for domes. Because they're movable.
They're
but I'm just
structures.
Curious, well, that's why I asked for about yours, right, because those are movable.
Yeah,
still, even if it's a tent, even if it's, you know, the
Yeah,
white.
so you do
tent with the
require
white, still-
approval.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know, because it seemed to be a gray area.
right.
So these are commercial rental properties for holiday or tourism, and they are not worked in the winter, is that correct, or is there?
I'm
Yeah,
actually
the
don't.
owner,
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are winterized.
if they're created properly according to code, they can do it.
Yes, it's zoned, so there's no zoning question here.
that's,
The zoning is fine, so it's not gonna come back to council. We're not gonna have a public meeting about it.
Mhm.
What they're doing is permitted. Except communal septics has to be approved by council. And, so they just sent us this as a notice of the site plan, because again, we've delegated that authority to Bruce. So I assume if I make those comments back to him, he will approve it with those changes, those conditions, and anything else that our planners feel is necessary. But yeah, so that's the direction sort of I'm looking for. If council is changing or committee is changing their mind and would like to have the liability of communal septics. You know, staff is not recommending it for those reasons, but, and like I said, Daryl said there is enough room there for each of them to have. So it's not going to prevent the 3 domes from going up. It's just, it will be 3 separate septic
Oh.
systems.
yeah, I want to touch on what you just said too. So in the documentation, one of JP2G's reports did say 4,
Mhm.
and then there was a map that only showed 2, but it is in fact 3 domes.
Yeah.
Where exactly is this location?
It's off of Gorman Road.
Yeah.
It's on Golden Lake.
Oh, okay, so it's across the lake. Murray, you might know.
From the, yeah,
Has to be on
From where
this
I am,
side.
sorry.
yeah, it is on this side.
The other side's north of Lone.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think it'll be cool, but the best thing was that when I opened up the county thing, at first I was like, oh no, we've got to rezone it tourist. No, we don't. It's already
Mhm.
designated, which is fantastic. And I did actually read all the documentation just in case I felt like we were on the right side of this. And I think it's fantastic. I thought we'd already made the decision about communal septic. That it's not something that we can take on because we're not there yet.
What is the, sorry, just so I understand, communal septic, what is the hindrance to having it? Like, what's the problem?
It's a
with it?
shared, so it's a shared septic system.
Mhm.
And as soon as you have a shared septic system, if the property owner ever at some point could not maintain it, because you're dealing with different people and whatever, it becomes ours. So it becomes part of our water and sewer department. So now we have to file all the regulatory documents. We have to maintain it. We have to test it. We now have to look after it. As soon as it's communal, if the property owner goes bankrupt, can't afford it, just doesn't look after it, just decides I don't want to look after it anymore, it becomes ours.
Even though they're not in the township, where
Yeah.
we offer water and sewer.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
It still
it
becomes.
doesn't
ours.
matter.
Yeah, the liability is on us. If we approve a communal septic, the liability is on us.
Or a communal water system.
Yes, or communal water.
Now, this is just to be clear, we're not saying that for all of our watching public, we're not saying that these people are bad
No, it's
people and
just
let it go.
interesting.
However,
Yes,
there is the potential for liability with any communal
yes.
system,
And
water or
the
wastewater.
fact that the size of the property can allow 3 separate,
Yeah.
like the fact that this can go through regardless. Now, maybe it's gonna be a little bit more cost because you're putting in 3 systems instead of 1. I understand that. For the individual, it'll be a bit more costly, but it then prevents us, the township, the residents, from taking on future liability.
So curious, given the RV issue, so if an RV is hooked up to a septic as well as your cottage, is that communal?
No,
No way. Even
no,
though,
because we allow, if we're saying that RVs are also structures, then we, in our zoning bylaw, we now
That's not
allow
right.
2 structures on one property, which we never did before, so I don't know, there's probably some gray area
it
there.
sounds like it's a gray area.
But no, it would not be considered a communal system.
It's a good conversation because I think the future of housing and how, you know, what people can afford, so whether it's these type of structures, tiny homes, RVs, whatever it is, people need to find something cheaper, you know.
So, and it's interesting that you say that, so Eorn received a grant to help Central Frontenac.
Yeah.
With
Sounds right.
with so this project started 8 years ago. For this communal system in Frontenac. The technology has actually changed twice since they started it, which is very unfortunate. They created an MSC so that if there was liability down the road, that it would be that corporation's liability. However, it is still on the municipality. So you know, one of the things that we've said at Eorn is that it's a very interesting way to create lack of a better word, a subdivision, right? To create a space, if you're talking about tiny homes, Or
It's
these-
on my passion project list.
or these new homes that are put together almost like Lego, and they're very interesting.
Or sea cans, like shipping containers.
Or that, but they're very hard to winterize. But these new, we're investigating them at the county, the company was actually on Dragon's Den a few weeks ago. And these things go together virtually like Lego, it's very interesting to see. So if we were gonna go down that road, then I wanna see what others do with these communals. And how their MSCs work, because that alone could take up to a year to formulate.
So if they decide to have holding tanks for septic, then that's not an issue? As long as it's not in the ground.
Well, I don't think you do that in a tourist operation.
No, and there's domes, because they're small and they're seasonal.
They need to have
They
three
still-
three
yeah.
separate systems, whether it's what type of system.
Doesn't
that's-
matter?
Yeah.
Well, that's up to the CBO. Yeah.
Okay, just curious what the options are for people that are exploring this, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's innovative.
Yeah, it is, and I was really excited that after we said, no, we weren't really interested in a communal, that they still carried on with their plans and did a lot of work with JP Tucci and the
Yeah.
county. So I'm thrilled that they're doing this, and is there a business case for them to do more? Once this proves out as a good tourist operation, so I thought it was great,
Yeah.
anyway. But a lot of work, and I'm sure a lot of money on their part
Yeah.
to hire for, you know, all the different things that JP did for them. It's
Exactly.
very interesting.
Okay, so the other one in that is the wildlife
So,
fire.
okay, so council or committee is fine directing staff to put the comments as I put them forward. No changes.
Yeah.
no-
Yep,
Thank you. Sorry, yes, so this is just, if there's a regulation,
and Merv had
oh,
something.
I'm
No,
sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
I just thought you were going on to B, no,
To be, I was gonna go on to the,
go ahead, I want to talk a bit on B.
Be what, Merv?
B1, I don't know if it's any good or not, but again, it kind of deals with waste management.
mhm,
And sooner or later, this problem is gonna have to look at the way we handle our waste.
Yeah, okay, so I will say if we could leave that one for now.
Yeah.
Because we are really far down the road with ours.
Yeah.
And I don't wanna upset the apple cart at this point.
Okay.
Because Annette and staff have put a lot of work into what will transition next year.
It's important, definitely important issue.
Yeah,
no, it is.
but
Yeah.
there's been a lot behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
I'm loath to cause any
Okay.
uproar.
Okay, didn't know.
Yeah, no, great, I totally get what you're saying.
So number 12, under B12, that was added, so it's just the, they've come out with some more legislation around, Resource Management and Safety Act, Forest Fires Prevention Act, Wildland Management Act. And so, there is a webinar coming forward on, Wednesday, November the 5th, that everyone can register for. The engagement sessions, so you have to register by Wednesday, November the 5th. The session itself is on Thursday, November the 6th from 2 to 3:30. And then, of course, we can provide, I don't have any comments to provide unless Daryl or I are able to get to the session.
Right.
To sort of see what are the changes are that they're proposing. And then, after we have a look at that, they're gonna take consultation in that webinar, and then probably there'll be opportunity to comment further there. So I'm not sure what all, they're looking to incorporate with I know that we've had a lot of, we've had a lot of fires
Yeah.
in the province, so I'm sure it has to do a bit with that. How it's going to impact us is what, I know we had a few years ago, the wildland fire designation come down through the official plan for the county of Renfrew. And, basically, if you built a house, which made sense to me, if you built a house in a forested area, which, you're rural, you want to live in these beautiful, among nature, but that you had to have so much cut back, around your house, so that danger wasn't there. Like if you're, got a chimney fire, we don't want it setting the whole bush on fire. And depending on, what you were willing to do, you might have to come up with a plan to say, like, how are you going to prevent this from becoming a wildfire? So are we gonna extend more? Are there gonna be more regulations around that? Is it a, public education piece? Like, are there gonna be more training for, like, is gonna be requirements on our department? So I just wanted to add it today because it's coming up. We don't have it's coming up on Thursday. It's coming up very quickly. We have to register tomorrow and it's coming up on Thursday. So I just wanted to make sure council was aware. If council members are interested in registering or we can for sure come back with comments, or they're probably gonna take them right in the webinar.
Are there are there any staff that are participating in the?
I don't know if the fire chiefs, or I should have asked Daryl that when he was in here. I don't know if he registered or not. I know he has a copy of it.
If anyone is, if they could talk about it at a future
Mhm.
meeting,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, I also have the time sort of set aside. I didn't register as of yet, but I do have, there is time in my calendar between
What time did you say it was on Thursday?
between 2 and 3:30.
At Roma, we have an emergency meeting.
So I will plan to attend. I'm
Okay.
sure if Daryl doesn't have something else on, I'm sure he plans to attend, but and I'll just sort of, we can bring forward a report another day and see what it's all about. So because of the timing, that's why I thought maybe I'll just add it so that council's aware of it, if you're interested in it. And
Thank
if
you.
not, that's fine. I can bring forward, obviously you're interested in it, but if you had the time, great. If not, then.
I am very interested, but I cannot do it. And I'm
Okay.
sorry that I can't, because I think it's important.
Well, I will be there and I'll let you know if there's any good stuff that comes out of it.
Cool.
All right,
Thanks.
moving on to new and unfinished business. Mayor's report, do you have one? to the agenda?
Two. Since my last report, I attended 15 meetings along with some community events, and I've got some highlights. Obviously for county, the summary is in your package. I just highlighted in this report the delegation from Dean Felber from Ben Hokum and Son on their biomass project. And one of the things, Yak was there with them, and one of my comments was that the hydro transmission lines are one of the challenges holding them sort of hostage. And I said, if this is a priority of the province, then the province has to make it a priority, right? You can't say this is of great importance to us and we're gonna give you a grant and then leave it with Oakham's to spend God only knows on transmission lines. So I watched this happen with Heidemann's right in front of my house. where they wanted to upgrade their mill, and it was on them to upgrade their hydro lines. And I think that that's sort of false economy,
Sounds like.
right? When you can't, it's almost like buying somebody a cell phone for Christmas,
Yeah.
right? Here's
Find your
the cell
kids
phone,
one.
but now the 75 bucks a month is on you. I just, I thought that it was very unfair, and so that was my comment, and Yak actually said, what Mayor Murphy said is correct, like if it's a provincial priority, then make it a priority. Anyway, the Roma board report from October 16th and 17th is in today's package. Eorn met last Thursday on October 30th in Perth. Although our regional cellular project is going very well, there are a couple of municipalities who have interfered with private lands, and some hard decisions will have to be made about those areas for coverage to meet our mandate. So our mandate across Eastern Ontario was 99% coverage for a phone call. And this unfortunately, especially along Highway 35, is going to leave us with quite a dead spot. Unfortunately, again, that council got involved and has not been easy to deal with. And we did get a letter of non-concurrence, so that tower is not going up. I don't want it to reflect badly on Eorn because we did everything that we could. Anyway, our Rogers cell network will be fully complete in 2026, which is very exciting news. And we were talking about ASC while we were in the meeting, and I said to our accountant, while we're in this meeting, they could be banning speed cameras in the legislature right now. And then I got home, and sure enough, that was the day that they said there's going to be no more speed cameras. I don't know why, this was a regional approach that Eorn was willing to take on. LAS has spent tons of money and a lot of political capital trying to get ASE in as many municipalities as possible, not to hinder the OPP, but to help them. And it is not a cash grab. So anyway, we weren't very pleased.
Well, they can't get enough OPP to cover it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I know.
I-
So the Board of Health held its board retreat on October 27th. We all held our second annual youth summit on October 10th, where 16 young minds attended to engage with our external partners and have a roundtable with Sarah and myself. In her last report, Sarah listed all the items that the youth would like to see in our community. Although some of them are not feasible, obviously, there were others that we should definitely look at during budget time. For example, the arcade at the youth building. And I think that this is the perfect time for look for grants that are youth related that could help us in some of our ventures. And I gotta give a huge shout out to Sarah for making the day so special. During Government Week, it was my pleasure to visit EDPS and speak with both the grade 5 classes about the roles of the different levels of government. The students were enthusiastic, curious, and full of great questions. One of the classes was studying civics, but the other one was in their history module. But even the kids that were in their history module still had great questions. And that teacher is going to get me back when they're in their civics module. So Mike Fitzmaurice, Gabe's wonderful father, was one of the teachers. It was a great class. Also, AMO had put out a sheet for Government Week, which highlighted the responsibilities of municipal, provincial, and federal. So we gave each of the kids one of those sheets, and we told them that they could only ask me questions if I believe it's green, in the green. And then they would ask a question and I'd say, what color is that? And they'd say orange or yellow, right? So it was interesting when they were learning right from this fact sheet. Anyway, I loved it. I love visiting these kids. I was asked why I did not go to St. James. It was not for lack of trying. Sarah had reached out to St. James multiple times. They did not respond, so this was no fault of ours. On November 1st, I attended the official grand opening of MPP Billy Deneau's constituency office. And also on November the 1st, I attended the Decades Dinner and Dance hosted by the Bonnechere Museum at the Eganville Legion. It was a great time. And under upcoming, I do have Remembrance Day is next Tuesday, November 11th, and is hosted at our Eganville Legion Branch 353. It's an outdoor event, so please come appropriately dressed. And that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Is it desirable or undesirable could we go to the field and come with the parade, or is that not the plan?
We weren't invited.
That's okay.
I'm always cautious. So I've never been invited to be part of the parade.
That's probably exactly why we're not invited.
Yeah, and they do invite us to the event and they ask our permission to do the parade, but they've never said, would council like to join us? I think that it's for veterans in the military.
Let's go to the cenotaph.
Yeah,
I'm good with
just let's err on the side of caution. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But it's a good question, John. It is yeah. It's no different than like when you're not invited to, another municipalities. Like I'm always cautious of those things. Cause I don't wanna not steal their thunder, but not have a proper protocol. I think is the best.
Agreed.
Okay, great. Okay, moving on to Roma delegation requests. Annette, you had a summary in the package. Did you want to speak to that?
Sure, thanks. So, yeah, they are due November the 18th, and Roma's in January. So I just was basically bringing them to committee to say, the couple that came to mind that were sort of talked about around the table was the Solicitor General and the policing, and the Ministry of Transportation. We did submit that last year as well, and we submitted it at AMO as well. And then we were supposed to meet with the staff.
Yeah.
They said, well, we can't fit you in at Roma, but if you want to meet outside of or I think it was AMO actually,
Yeah.
let us know and we'll set something up. So I said, yes, we would like to meet. And I actually spoke to Madawaska Valley as well, because they have Connecting Link and Renfrew does too. And so, we were hoping to have this sort of discussion, and then it never materialized. So, so I put that in again to say, do we want to try again, especially with, the cost here for the Connecting Link? I mean, we still have permission to go ahead and have the contractor for the province do, like, they can still do it. It's the astronomical cost that they've come up with that doesn't feel right for our residents. So
Disappointing.
yeah, so those are the only two that really came to my mind that council was talking about, that wanted to sort of may want to do a delegation on. But if there's other options, then yeah, I'm open ears.
So this was the package you sent us, talked about it, and it was a bit confusing. It talked about a lot about GTA stuff. Greater Toronto area stuff. Is that the one?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what you're just saying is we have the potential of opening up to 3 ministries and making our viewpoint or our questions known.
Yeah, even though 2 of them are to MTO.
Okay,
Yes,
and MTO involves us because of our Connecting Link.
yes,
Yeah.
We're in there, okay,
yes.
all right.
Yeah, I think they're great in that. I expect that I will be very busy at the Roma
Mhm.
conference, but yes, I think those 3 are excellent ones to put in.
Okay, and those are the ones that I will work on. Did you ever get all the information from the other municipalities regarding the 11%? Because that would be helpful for this delegation.
I haven't, but I will.
Okay.
I think what some of the other mayors are saying is that they'd like to know what their actual is, as opposed to just sending me with 11%. I do have a few. Some of them are overachievers and they just sent them. But yes, I will have that information for you.
Okay,
Okay.
that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to Canada Day direction needed for fireworks or drones.
Yeah, so I reached out to that company. And they gave you like 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15. So I said, I'd like to know what 10,000 would get us. But then in the where you put other instructions, I said, could you also let me know what 15 would look like? And so it would have been 17, but Ben said, we'll do the 100 for the 15. So I promised him that I would get back to him after this meeting because they too are booking up. So whether we're going with drones or we're going with fireworks, either way, we have to make a decision.
What is the amount of the grant that we receive? To support
Varies
this?
every year,
Typically on average?
2,000?
Okay,
sometimes 2,500. One year we got 4,000, I think.
1 year we got 1,200.
Yeah,
And
Are
that
there-
grant could be applied to either fireworks or drones.
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
are there other grants, sorry, that we utilize for Canada Day other than, like, is there anything coming up in the pipe that supports festivals, events, tourism stuff?
Not really for Canada Day.
No, just in general, like if it just happens to fall in that time frame.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, Sarah applies for anything and everything.
I'm just curious. I'll let others speak first. I just have some ideas.
Yeah,
So-
not that I'm aware of, and then last year we were lucky because Enbridge was coming to town and they were willing to give some funds to some events.
Are they still in town?
They are still in town, and they, we've certainly received a fair amount from them, so for different opportunities, including the
Like
lights on Water
Bud
Street.
Light.
So I don't know how much further we can go with that, but there's nothing wrong with asking, like, it doesn't, we haven't
I
been.
agree.
So that is also an avenue we could go down, for sure, yeah.
Because I'm looking at the pricing. So for 50 drones, $10,000, which is, $1,000 more, I think, than getting fireworks.
Just shy.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what 50 looks like, but if.
Oh, they have
they're-
pictures.
Yeah, I know some of them, they're kind of, just out one.
Yeah, no, but you can see what 50 looks like as a bird and then 100
Yeah.
looks like as yeah.
And so my thinking is always like, what are we doing on Canada Day? I know Sarah organizes a bunch of different events and thinking out of the box, maybe there's something to, again, I'm not about just focusing on fireworks, just looking at a whole festival in general. Because we always talk about things like a chili cook-off, rib fest, those kinds of things.
We just talked about this on Saturday night, actually.
Right, and there's
Yeah.
no one's short of ideas through our conversations, all this committee has been together, and you and I certainly chatted about a
Yeah.
bunch of things. We have pretty active groups in town, food co-op, museum, Legion, horticulture, the Eco Center, now this new youth committee. Like, can we brainstorm and come up with a different kind of experience for Canada Day, including drones?
Okay, I fully agree with you. I think that we can make Canada Day bigger and better every year. But today we have to make a
I know we
decision.
do. I know,
So-
so, and my other part of this is, let's say we decide to say, we're gonna go with 50 drones. I'm guessing we can up that if we need to. Like, we can say, you know what, we wanna do 15 instead?
Probably not,
They
because
wouldn't
they'll
wanna
be
do-
booked, not for Canada Day.
That's the problem.
That's why we're making. this
Canada
decision
Day
now.
it's, if we want the things on that day, which is Canada Day, that's the challenge.
Because time wise, it's about 10 minutes for fireworks, and in their proposal, I think it's up to 15 minutes for 10.
It's about 20 minutes of fireworks.
No,
No,
Yeah.
it said 10 minutes in the quote.
yeah.
Well,
It's 10.
last year it was about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it was the same price.
I was looking for it again. I looked at and they talk about so many drones. But the young, that I couldn't find is how many, say if you have 9 drones, how long are they in the air? Are they in the air
Yeah.
half an hour or 20 minutes?
15 minutes.
It's similar to.
I was looking for that.
It's basically the exact same.
Exactly.
It's 15 minutes of fireworks or it's 15
Yeah.
minutes of
Yeah.
drones.
Light show.
Yeah.
The question is,
Yeah.
is 50 drones enough?
So when I talk about fireworks or drones, it's really about the resident experience, right? So it doesn't have to be a fireworks. I know we need to make a decision, but in order to make, for me, in my mind, to make a decision, I have to think about what this event looks like overall. Right? What the overarching experience is for the resident.
Okay, but unfortunately, again, I agree with you. I think that we can make this a great Canada Day.
Yeah.
My challenge is that we have to make a decision today. Are we going fireworks or are we going?
And there's not much difference in time or money.
No,
That's
there-
my other point to wrap it
So
up.
I think the difference was like $600.
If you're going with 50 drones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we approve drones, there'll be people who cheer and people who boo,
Yes.
and the same for the fireworks.
Yes.
I tend to lean away from the fireworks. The drones would also be subject to weather and conditions canceling them, I suppose, but maybe not so much as the fireworks.
Yeah, maybe.
But wind would be a deal there, and for fireworks too, I suppose, okay.
Yeah, there's probably some potential. Yeah.
Okay.
It might not be as much, but there's probably some potential.
I don't know.
Well, on the spot, I'd lean towards the fireworks. And if nothing else, it's a chance to see what they can do.
You're leaning towards drones, you mean?
Sorry,
Yeah.
drones, excuse me.
Whoa, thank you. For just a moment, I'm like, pardon me.
Because it does say that the drones can handle light rain, a downpour or too harsh, and it will require a delayed start or rescheduling.
But that's the same as fireworks.
Exactly. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to add, and following the online social chatter after fireworks, is the people who live on the other side of the river. And
Yeah,
the downfall and, there's a particular person who has PTSD that lives, there's a couple actually, I know that live over there, dealing with that and the damage it does to their property and their gardens.
well, and there's always that concern
Yeah,
about,
It's
Yeah.
just one thing that we didn't talk about in the last time we talked about fireworks versus drones. We talk about the wildlife, another thing, but we haven't talked about the residents who have the fallout.
but the quote I got for drones last year was double this
Yeah,
price from a
exactly.
different company.
Yes.
So keep
and I
that in
remember
mind.
that.
The last quote I got was 20 grand.
This is reasonable.
I agree with
You
you.
try it.
So these were the people that were next to Kayla at the wedding show in Ottawa. And she
Yeah.
sent me their information and Ben has been a dream to deal with.
I think through time, as technology evolves, too, things get cheaper.
And I agree with you. There are gonna be people that are like, oh, it's just 50 drones in the air.
Mm.
But it's something I really would love to just try.
I don't want to beat the issue, but it's, for me, I have to think the overall event strategy. This is just a small tactic. I know we have to make a decision, but there's so many things that they may not say, oh, it's 50 drones or it's 10 minutes, like whatever it is. They may not say because their overarching experience is wonderful because we're trying different things.
But it's all about that grand finale on Canada Day, right?
Yeah, but we'll have to come up with another. Maybe we have a dunking tank and, people get to.
Never
dunk you.
again. Never again.
Everything.
No, I was in the dunk tank and this little tiny girl in this little red dress came up and I thought, that kid's never gonna hit it. And I sort of relaxed my body. Oh, she hit it all right. I went slamming down. Bob Pelter had to get me out of it. No,
Maybe John and I then can, volunteer to sit in the dunking tank.
you are not doing anything that could break a bone. Let's stop that foolishness right now. Yeah, we're gonna
Especially a
bubble wrap
Michelin
you.
suit. Okay, John.
Okay, Merv, how do you feel about fireworks versus
I'd like to
drones?
try the drones.
Yeah, so would I. All right. Can we,
We may
Did I
say next
send
year,
you
we may say.
this information?
Different.
So the,
We're
yep, so
trying,
the
right?
direction is drones
yes,
and it's 50.
yes.
Okay, I will give that direction to Sarah and we'll go from there.
Just make sure that Sarah said you were talking to Jen Murphy about this.
Okay.
Because I asked for what 100 would cost as well, so we gotta make sure that we have all of our Ts crossed and Is dotted.
Last year, previous years, I can't remember, did we hand out any sparklers or glowy things for
Yes.
kids?
Yes.
Okay. That's something to talk about and,
Yeah.
maybe enhancing stuff and seeing what's new
Yeah.
in the market.
I think the drones, it is going to be something new. I think we're gonna get people out that didn't come out before.
But you know what? There's other locations in our neighboring communities, if they're really diehards to see fireworks, there's no reason why they can't go
I
to see
agree.
that or do both, depending on the timing.
Well, and I think the animals of Bonashir Valley
happy.
will be very happy.
I
They'll
see
be happy
t-shirt.
puppies.
I see t-shirts in the making,
They'll be
yeah.
happy puppies. It's,
birds, you name it, everything.
yeah.
Excellent. All right. I think that's it. I think we're at the end.
Yeah,
We can establish the next meeting date.
Yeah, November 18th, possible special on November 11th.
In November 11th.
November 11th.
No media here, so there's no media session, there isn't a closed session, so I guess this concludes the meeting, if I can get someone, over. Mark? Mark, and all in favor? 1 hour.